Welcome back to PT Meal Podcast, a buffet of play, therapies, movement, exercises, activities, and leisure, all packed in a hearty conversation of physical therapy profession and practice with the Filipino flavor. I am Johan De La Paz, your host, as always. Thank you very much for joining us. For those who haven't, for those who have, first time listening, if you haven't subscribed yet, you can listen to our podcast in Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcasts, and our iHeartRadio and other podcast apps that you're listening to. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch the episodes there. All right. So for today's episode, we are going to talk about yung another track or one opportunity or track where physical therapists can go to is kung medyo on the academic side ka, pwede kang mag-PhD. So, ang kakusapin natin dito ngayon ay isang doctoral candidate sa on her way to get her PhD. Di ba nag-bakil ako kasi hindi ako gumawa ng script. Okay, so so my guest is a former co-worker sa USC when I taught there. She earned her Bachelor of Science degree in physical therapy from De La Salle Health Sciences University, and her Master of Science in physical therapy from the University of Santo Tomas. She is on study break leave. Still currently affiliated with University of Santo Tomas College of Rehabilitation Sciences. And so my guest is Roxanne Fernandez, a doctoral candidate at University of Waikato. Hi, I'm Rox. Kamusta na?
Hello, thank you for inviting me. Okay lang, kinakabahan ako.
Pareho tayo kasi wala nga akong script eh.
Very informal lang po. Casual conversation.
Yes, casual conversation. Pag-usapan natin yung your PhD journey, yung on your way to earning your PhD. Before we really dive into our topic this afternoon or this day, excuse me, may hangin na lumabas. So before we really dive into our topic, which is exploring your journey to earning your PhD, let's start muna sa yung physical therapy journey. How did you become a physical therapist and what led you to your current track?
Okay, sige. The plan was, my dad wanted me to become a doctor, medical doctor. Mm-hmm. So, common story naman to among PTs, feeling ko makaka-relate sila na, alam mo, hindi mo to personal choice. So, if you're going to ask me, my personal choice was to become an IT, software engineer. So, because that time medyo in demand na yung career na yon. And then yun nga, but then again you need to follow your parents, you need to follow kung ano yung gusto nila sa'yo. So we discussed the options for pre-med courses, and then one factor to consider was ano yung magiging job opportunity, okay, or options just in case hindi ako magko-continue to med school. And that time yung best option was nga dentistry. Mm-hmm. So mag-enroll pa lang ako sa CEU, so ready na yon. So first choice was dentistry, and then second choice pharmacy. But then again, that time medyo magulo sa Manila because again president natin nun sa ERAP, so medyo magulo doon. So because of safety reason, naging hesitant si na lola ko na mag-continue ako mag-enroll sa Manila. And then we decided na, okay, hanap ka na lang ng university around Cavite. And of course nga, si Lasal naman yung super okay na university. And may available courses, okay, or pre-med. So we discuss, and then yun nga, nag-end up, pinaka best course or pre-med is physical therapy. So PT. So yun yung end up nun. What else? Nag-continue ng PT. I don't have any idea. Clueless ako ano yung job natin kasi hindi naman din siya. Until now, hindi naman ganun siya ka-popular, right? So, I'm very lucky lang and grateful sa teachers ko sa Lasal because they're very patient and tolerant. Super nag-guide kami to understand well kung ano yung PT. And I'm very blessed and grateful also na I was able to experience yung integrated curriculum. Okay, so integrated curriculum, dun ko na-realize, dun ko na deeply understanding na, bakit kayo naaral sa basic psych? Ano yung connection niya dito sa medical surgical conditions? And then, papasok sa evaluation, si assessment, and then later on, sa rehabilitation or PT management. So, naumikot siya sa ganon. So, amazed na ako. Sabi ko, ang galing naman ng PT. Kasi para ka na ring doktor. Kasi lahat na, diba? Hindi naman siya super, ano ba tawag nito na, too much information. Kasi by that time, di mo naman alam kung ano yung too much at saka hindi, diba? Kung ano lang yung meron, ito yung binibigay, ito yun. But by that time talaga, super, super na-inlove ako sa PT. Kasi nga, ang galing natin. Tapos may immersion sa community. So mas lalo ko siya na-appreciate. Tapos may internship. Tapos different population yung na-handle. May pediatric, may geria, may neurologic, may musculoskeletal. So sabi ko, wow, ang galing. Kahit saan pwede. So, and then that time, super in love na nga, sabi ko, I talked to my dad and then I said, Dad, I don't want to go to med school na. So that's it. Pumayag naman. Yun din, cut na din yung allowance ko. So, yan siya. And then, paano ka napunta sa present career ko as an educator? So, syempre, very idealistic ka naman before when you graduated. Gusto mo talagang practice yung profession natin. So, I tried talaga. Nag-volunteer sa pediatric institutions kasi gusto ko talaga ng mag-handle ng pediatrics, ng CP. Siguro 2 to 3 months sa government hospital. But then again, you need to earn money. Kasi nga wala akong allowance sa ako hingi. So, kailangan mong gumawa. Na-try ko din talaga yung home care. So, nakita mo talaga yung struggle. Doon mo na-realize na hindi talaga siya, alam mo yun, kung monetary talaga yung hinahanap mo sa profession, hindi talaga siya, yun nga, hindi ka makakakuha ng ganong fulfillment sa profession natin sa Philippine setting. So, and then that time, na-invite naman ako ng teachers from Lasal. And then yun nga, sabi, try mo Rox, mag-teaching demo. And then fortunately, yun nga, napasok sa academe. And then, paano napunta sa Lasal, rather sa UST, because of MSPT. Requirement kasi yung masters, diba? When you're teaching the university, you have to take masters. No choice, no. No choice. Required talaga siya. So, may mga options ka din na ano yung take mong MS, ano yung take mong masters. But right. Then again, after with the alignment, ano yung alignment nung, yung goal ng institution, ng department, dun sa, yung goal mismo nung department sa PT mismo. So, yun nga, sa MSPT. And at the time naman, sa MSPT, available yung course na yun sa UST. Doon nag-start. Tapos, yun na, nakilala ko si Dr. Sherry Peralta. She was my thesis advisor, my mentor. And then, something happened. And then, nag-open yung door sa UST. She invited me to try, Rox, try mo mag-teaching demo, may opening. So, na-try. And then, fortunately, nga again, super blessed, napasok sa CRS sa UST. So, that's those, the rest history na.
Right. So, yeah, you were talking about, furthering our education and getting your graduate study master's is one of those steps, di ba? So, kailan naman pumasok yung idea for you to earn your PhD? I know it's not required, pero it's high. I know it's if you're in a university, it's highly encouraged, diba? Yeah, encouraged, pero not required. As long as you have a master's, okay ka na mag-work sa university kasi dapat your degree is higher than the bachelor's, diba? Pero when, or what event or instance did pursuing your PhD come to your mind, or you got like, sige, pwedeng nating i-explore yung idea ng PhD?
Okay. So, tama ka naman doon. Hindi naman siya talaga full requirement talaga. Hindi ka naman, encourage ka lang to take. Nasa sa'yo yung palagi. So, nandun ka na pag nag-take ka na ng MSPT, medyo nung time na ayoko na mag-aral kasi hirap naman talaga. Diba? May mga ganun ka feeling na ayoko na, nakapagod. Diba?
After my master's, ganun din. Ang feel ko na, ayoko na, tapos ko na.
Tapos yung time na nung sabay pa siya sa work, diba? Part-time ka nag-work, part-time ka student. I mean, full-time ka naman doon sa teaching, full-time ka din sa grad student. But then again, ang hirap ma-manage ng time. So, nung time ko rin, nasa Lasal ako, tapos travel ako ng UST twice or thrice a week, diba? So, nandun yung difficulty, nandun yung struggle na, yoko na, tama na. Then again, pumasok ako sa UST nga, so na-open naman dun siya. Okay? So, nung time na nun, first 2 or 3 years sa UST, since nakilala ko nga sila, Dr. Janine Dizon, kilala din naman ng profession yun natin, Sir Alvin Atlas. So, nakita ko, ang galing naman. Pwede pala. Parang siguro pwede, kaya naman pala. So, nandun na, naglalaro na gusto ko rin mag-aral.
Okay.
Pa gusto mo pang mag-pursue. But that time, siguro around 2012 or 13, 14, hindi pa siya ganun ka-solid. Hindi pa ganun 100% na, okay, decided na ako, I have to pursue my PhD. I have to take a risk and then take a challenge. That step. Okay. So, siguro short history lang talaga na nag-trigger. So, yun nga. So, 2015 ba? So, around that year, 2015-2016, very grateful lang talaga na may bagong opportunity na dumating. So, naging part ka ng admin, naging college secretary ako. Tapos, nung time din nun, naging part din naman ako ng research project ni Dr. Suarez. Okay. So, parang collaborative research siya. So, kasama mo dun sa research project ng different colleges, medicine, engineering, pharmacy, I guess, and then, not pharmacy, I don't know, but the main colleges na nandun is yung medicine, CRS, tsaka engineering. So, syempre, may expectations sa'yo kasi it's about regarding integrating technology rehabilitation. So, papasok yung paggamit ng Vicon, yung motion analysis, motion capture system na medyo, di naman may konting alam on how to manipulate or how to use that machine. So, kaya ka nandun. And then, so, yun. Doon na rin gradually, na-realize ko, nag-reflect, by 2016 or 17, doon na talaga may admission, acceptance, self-awareness na, Roxanne, wala kang alam. I don't know anything about it. And don't stop pretending na alam mo yun. So, yun. So, nandun na yung feeling na incompetent ako on that field. Totoo yun, Sergio. Doon talaga. And I don't want to feel that way kasi very hard ka naman sa sarili mo, diba? Pero kasi
parang ang hard naman nun, Ma'am Rock. Baka naman hindi incompetence. Baka naman you felt you lack something.
Inadequate, diba? Inadequate.
Parang kulang.
Yeah, inadequate.
Not naman incompetent.
Pero the times, I'm honest talaga, na yun talaga yung na-feel ko. And ayoko talaga ma-feel yun. Kasi hindi naman ako gano'n. So parang, so yun talaga yung nag-trigger na sabi ko, Rox, I want to learn more about this. Kasi kung mabibigyan ka ulit ng opportunity to be part of another research project, and then they're expecting a lot from you, and you also, diba? You set high standard from yourself. So, Rox, you have to do something. Diba? So, yun na. Doon na talaga yung triggering factor. Yun talaga yung stimulus na Roxanne. No doubt, 100% pursue it. So 2018, nag-start na ako mag-check. Ngayon, 2019, doon na, nag-start na talaga. Dire-diretso na yan. So, gusto ko talaga mag-PhD, nandun yung motivation. Andun na yung nag-aalat na very dedicated na ako sa application process. Nag-aalat ko ng time aside dun sa job mo, sa work mo. Kung gusto mo talaga, sabi ko, Rox, kung gusto mo talaga, you need to allot time, dedicate specific time para ma-process yung paper.
Mm-hmm.
So doon na nag-start. So yun talaga yung, nag-motivate. And then what else nga? Sabi ko nga, Dr. Janine Dizon and Sir Alvin Atlas, sila yung look up mo, nang galing, tapos makikita mo may published kang paper, and nakikita mo na very fulfilling siguro yung yung pakiramdam na may ganun kami, magawa mo yun. And then, nandun na rin yung gusto ko na, sabi ko nga, I want to learn more, I want to do more, and I want to share more, especially to my students, kasi kung they're one of the reasons naman why I'm here. Kasi sabi ko nga, parang, later on naman, di ba? Later on din naman, babalik din naman ako sa teaching job. So, sila talaga yung main, di man client, pero sila talaga yung main parang not really client pero sila talaga yung magbe-benefit kung ano yung pwede ko ibigay sa kanila. So, tsaka yun nga, as part ng commitment na bilang as an educator, that's your commitment, diba? To share whatever you've learned here, kung ano man yun, share mo. So, yun talaga yung nag-motivate sa akin to pursue my PhD.
All right. So primarily, it was your personal decision to really seek higher education to pursue your PhD, and also to eventually share, of course, what you've learned to your students. To your main naman talaga kumaga beneficiary ng whatever you learn, right? Okay. So you mentioned earlier about like researching about the process and stuff like that. For you in those process, what were your personal criteria in choosing the right program and the right institution that would fit your goals?
Okay. Before ako magpunta dun sa personal criteria, since syempre yung mga listener or PT, just in case I wanted to pursue of course PhD or master's or whatsoever. So again, very important that you have to know yourself. Diba? Self-awareness again. Kasi dun ulit yun may personal motivation, may intention. And you have to learn, you have to know what you want. That's it. You have to know what you want. That's crucial. And then, second, papasok yung what is your intention. Your main intention of taking this another journey. And then, next step na doon, what is your goal? So yun, una, that's very important. You have to know yourself again, self-awareness, what you want, that's crucial. Second, what is your intention? Because that will drive you that will motivate you to pursue whatever yung gusto mong next career or studies or whatsoever. And then next, yung saan ka magsiset ng goal? It's either personal or professional goals or both. So yun yung tatlo. Okay. And then, more of yung sa choosing na, after nun, sabi ko nga, going back with your question dun sa process itself, you have to know kung anong gusto mong type of PhD. Kasi alam ko, different yung setup natin. May mga courses or coursework ka pang take dun sa ibang university. But ako kasi I'm taking PhD by publication. So, yung 3 years ko na PhD, nakafocus lang talaga in doing a research project. And then I need to publish those papers or those chapters or papers na dun sa project ko para makakuha ko ng degree. So yun yung pinaka doon. So yun. So they have to know, ready ba ako? Magagawa ka ba within 3 years yung makapag-publish? Or okay na ka na PhD? Alam mo yun? So they have to know ano yung different track ng PhD. Okay? Na syempre naka-align pa din doon sa course. So una, what you want, nandun yung ano yung course, ano yung gusto mo. Tapos, yun. Yung next, if you're going to ask, ba't ka pumuntang New Zealand or overseas? Kasi nag-check naman ako sa atin, wala. Then sabi ko nga sa'yo before, parang, nagtanong na ako sa'yo kasi diba, parang same lang yung masters mo about kines, diba? Tama ba?
Human movement.
Human movement, diba? So sa UP. So nagtanong ako sa'yo, sir, may PhD ba niyan sa UP? So, nung time na wala pa. So, nag-check naman ako. So, wala talagang available. So, doon na nag-start na mag-explore ako outside. So, nandun na. So, check ko talaga, it's either biomechanics, kinesiology, or human performance. So, ang mga lumabas na countries na ng course na yun, first, Japan, Canada, Australia, and then sa New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, sa US din, nakakuha ko, umapoint ako sa point na may interview na. Pero yun nga, kailangan ko pa mag-test para entrance exam. So, sabi ko, tatagal pa siya lalo. Same with Japan. Mm-hmm. So, I have language na proficiency. I have to learn their language. So, struggle ko. Huwag na,
Mahirap pa naman ang Nihongo.
Oo, parang medyo. And then nga, fortunate nga, tapos dun sa Canada naman, pagkaroon din ako ng communication dun sa potential advisor na sabi niya, yun nga, medyo puno na yung student niya. So, hindi niya na ako kaya accommodate. Then, yun nga, dito sa New Zealand, yun. So, yun. So, alam mo na yung course na gusto mo, yung school, tapos, aside dun sa course ng school, you have to know kung anong bang gusto mong PhD, na track, kasi different yung setup. And then next, advisor. Very critical yung advisor. Sasabihin ko na, sila yung key component for your success in PhD. So you need to learn more about your advisor, your potential advisor or advisors. Know them well, know the profile, yung publications or yung research expertise nila. Dapat may alignment. Kasi crucial yan, as I said. Ito yung goal mo, ito yung gusto mo matutunan, dapat, diba, naka-align siya dun sa advisor mo. Kasi all throughout ng journey, sila talaga yung mag-guide sa'yo. So yun, dun talaga. And then I'm very fortunate nga na si Dr. Kim Hebert-Loiser, PT dun siya, tapos expertise niya talaga, biomechanics, tapos naghanap din siya ng student that time. So I emailed her. Nandun nag-start na yung process. Once may potential, nakakuha ka ng advisor, dun na magpa-follow na yung step for admission. Then okay na. Next na pag mayroon ka ng advisor, sunod na dun is scholarship. Okay. Unless you are rich, and you have enough money, diba?
To burn.
Diba? Parang gano'n. Kasi parang, 3 years to. Tapos, alam mo yun, parang wala ka ng assurance later on, diba? Kung ano na mayayari. Pero nga, yun, importante yung scholarship ba?
So ito, saan mo hinahanap yung scholarship? Like within the university or
within the university
for outside? Okay.
Within the university, they're offering different scholarship sa postgrad. So, noong time na noon, very grateful. Hindi mo na ako nag-apply for scholarship. So, hinintay ko muna, nag-apply ako for admission. So, dun muna eh. So, once na-apply ka ng admission, so pinag-pray ko lang since nakuha na ako ng advisor ko, meron na akong potential advisor, may advisor na talaga. So, ko apply. And then, nung na-receive ko yung email from the university, from the Waikato University, super blessed talaga. Kasi nandun na. Accepted ako sa course, sa program, and then may scholarship. With allowance pa. So, para, yun eh. So, yun.
Good job.
Doon na nag-start. So, yun yung importante. Siguro yun. Tapos, scholarship, and then years of completion. Ilang years ba? So, yun. Kasi baka later on, may work ka, so mag-leave ka ng work, so dapat may aware ka din kung sa timeline mo, kaya ba siya sa timeline na sinet mo, sa mga ganun.
Meron namang PhDs na part-time, no?
Meron naman.
You can do part-time PhD then work at the same time. Hahanapin mo lang talaga yung university na yan.
Meron. Nag-offer naman sila ng part-time and full-time. Pero nga, ang hirap din at saka ang tagal. So pag part-time ka, of course, siguro they're expecting na may work ka aside from being a student.
Right.
So yun. But yun yung work ka naman nasa Philippines. Ang hirap. So yun. It's a full-time.
Okay. So, you mentioned kanina yung track. So, your track is PhD
by publication.
Ano ba ibang track? Dissertation?
Yung dissertation, ibig sabihin, tapusin mo lang yung dissertation mo, tapusin mo lang yung project mo, you can have your degree after oral examination once you passed it. But with PhD by publication, expectations, and one of the criteria, pero requirement is you have to publish your paper within the year na yun sa
set.
Ayan. And then add ko lang, sorry. Feeling ko, yun lang. aside dun sa kung tanungin bakit biomechanics, kinesiology, or human performance nga, yun nga, na-validate lang yung choice na yun. Siguro, ang galing lang talaga nung timeline. Sobrang blessed lang ako sa life kasi from LaSalle, tapos napunta ako sa UST, naging advisor ko si Ma'am Dr. Peralta. Si Dr. Peralta talaga yung nag-open ng lahat ng opportunity ng UST and CRS, nag-expose sa akin sa lahat na ganito. So, I really grateful and I owe her big time. Kung ano man na rin sa career ko, 60 to 70% is because of her. So, yun, grateful ako. Tapos, alam mo yun, diba tinatanong tayo, naging faculty ka naman sa CRS, right?
Yeah.
Tinatanong ka, what is your 5-year plan? What is your plan for the next 5 years? Ano yung nakikita sa sarili mo? So, yung mga ganun. So, yung time naman na nun, parang ako, bahala kayo dyan, basta ako magtuturo lang. Alam mo yun, ganun ka lang naman. Ako with the flow lang, ganun naman. Tapos yun, tapos, nag-end up lang na siya ng biomechanics or human performance kasi nga, yun din, going back again sa LaSalle, nakahandle ako naging coordinator ako ng musculoskeletal. So medyo knowledge ka na doon. Medyo, yun nga. Tapos napunta ako sa UST, sa CRS, nagturo din naman ako ng anatomy. So yun, super na in love talaga ako sa, love ko na yung anatomy. Pero mas minahal ko siya nung nasa CRS ako kasi may cadaver. Kasi na student naman ako sa LaSalle, wala naman kami cadaver. So plastic models lang siya, tsaka bones din. So mas na-appreciate yung anatomy. Mas naging sobra ako na-appreciate din si Lord na wow, galing. Amazingly complex. That's how I describe anatomy. So yun na. Tapos si Dr. Peralta,
Hindi ka ba naging co-ord na kines din noon?
Parang, pero parang
kasi parang naalala ko, parang pag sinabing kines, it's you or Sir X. Yun ang recall ko pag kines. Kayong dalawa ang naisip ko lagi.
Connected naman palagi si anatomy at si kinesiology. Sabi nga natin si kinesiology is more of biomechanics, more of functional anatomy, diba? But you have, requirement lang is that you have fully understanding ano yung anatomy, yung concept ng anatomy para ma-apply mo siya on a more higher level.
Right.
So yung practical, right? So yun. Gusto ko naman talaga si kines kasi alam mo yun, fascinated talaga ako sa human movement. Tapos yun nakilala ko na si Professor Masayoshi Kubo from Niigata, Japan kasi nandun yung connection naman, yung network naman ng college natin sa Niigata University. Doon ko siya nakilala, 2014 ata, 15. Doon nag-offer naglabas naman ng email sa atin, diba, yung college doon, sino yung gusto, diba, na mag-train sa Japan for biomech, diba, for Bicon. Parang nung time na naman, nag-try lang ako kasi hindi ko naman, gusto mo ba? Or hindi ko alam kung nandun ka, wala ka pa.
Wala pa yata.
Pero nung time, hindi ko naman matanong, nahiya ako magtanong, Ian, gusto mo ba? Kasi kung gusto nila, dalawa lang, diba? Nagsasabi na naman ako ng name. So yung mga faculty natin sa CRS, pero parang embarrassing naman na mag-asa ka na, mag-ano ka ba, mag-send ka ba mag-show ka ba na gusto mo.
Application, ganyan. Intent.
Yun nga, intention ka ba? Kasi kung gusto mo, tapos dalawa lang, back out ba ako? Alam mo yun, parang, sige kayo na lang, okay na. Nung time na wala, sige, try ko. Tapos, yun na, tapos na kaming dalawa ni ex, medyo madami nangyari doon, so parang yun. So yun, tapos na-enjoy ko naman siya. Tapos doon na nag-start yung ayoko sabing relationship, yung professional relationship ko with Professor Masayoshi Kubo na nandun talaga. Denied niya ako. And then, as I said, yun na nag-solidify na yung validation na, Rox, ito na yung gusto ko. Biomech about human performance. And until now, si Professor Kubo, advisor ko pa rin siya here in PhD sa research project ko. So, yeah.
Actually, maganda nga yung good addition yung Vicon sa CRS kasi dito yung mga DPT students, parang normal na sa kanila yung mga force plate, force analysis, parang nung may naka-interact akong student nung conference namin dito. Parang, yeah, we're using that at school. Parang, Ha? Talaga?
Diba?
Parang kami just watch videos of it pero never naming na-manipulate, nagamit sa lab. So sabi ko, ang gandang addition nun, buti na lang yung mga bagong students sa UST ka, pwede nang gamitin yun.
So, yun na-maximize talaga. So, na-mention mo yun, nandun time natin, parang nanonood ka lang, diba? So, nagturo ako sa Lasal, coordinator ako ng musculoskeletal. It's about, basta po sa musculoskeletal. So, ikaw may handle ng anatomy and kinesiology. So, ikaw yung magpe-prepare ng lahat nun. So, sa buong third year yun. So, nung time na nun, para mas maintindihan nila yung movement analysis, kuha ka lang talaga ng video, diba? Tapos, check mo lang. Tapos, may mga 2D pa doon. 2D lang eh. Kung paano mo i-analyze siya, joint per joint, pero hindi pa ganun ka-hardcore. So, doon na pumapasok na ito, ganun. Kasi ganun naman talaga, diba? Yung gamit ng biomechanics and anatomy. So yun, so very lang na, wow, yay, may bike ko, may force plate, excited ka.
Going into your program, yung PhD in kinesiology, tama ba?
Yeah.
Am I correct? Yeah, PhD. Sorry?
Biomechanics. What? PhD in biomechanics.
PhD in biomechanics, sorry. So going into your program, your PhD in biomechanics, what were your expectations when you started?
Okay. In general, ready naman ako, aware naman ako na pagsama mong PhD, it's a very difficult journey. So, ready ka doon. So, may question ka agad doon, ready ka ba, Rox? Ganyan. Nung, syempre parang ka pa, super elated ka pa na na-receive yung application, natanggap ka. Pero bigla nag-subside na, bigla ako na-reflect na na-receive ko, New Zealand to, ready ba ako? So, may mga ganun ka ng question, nagda-doubt ako, shucks, ready ba ako? 3 years to, sure ba ako dito? Natapos ko ba siya on time? Pasak ba siya sa timeline ko? So, ganun. May mga ganun ka. So, syempre, nag-ask din naman ako ng advice from my dad and friends. Tapos, yun na. So, expectations, first, alam ko, mahirap. Given na yun, mahirap. Pero, nasa mind ko, Roxanne, this is your time for yourself. This is your commitment sa sarili mo. So, I have to stay committed. Sabi ko nga, if not now, when? Diba? So sabi ko, if not now, when? Diba? So sabi ko, may doubt ko talaga nun kasi first time ko if ever malalayo sa daddy ko. Tapos wala naman akong alam sa life. Sorry. Wala akong alam sa life. Di nga ako marunong magluto. Di ako marunong magluto. Everything. So yun yung mga question ng daddy ko. O paano ka? Parang ganun. Sure ka ba? Alam mo yung daddy ko yung nagsasabi sa akin na sure, about sa lifestyle lang. Ha? Hindi nga naman sinasabi na in a way na in-academic or kaya mo na hindi ko kaya to, may difficult. Doon siya tanong na, kaya mo ba i-handle or manage yung sarili mo? Doon siya. So, paano ka? Paano ka kakain? Yung mga ganun. Hindi ka naman marunong magluto, hindi ka naman marunong So, may napapatanong na naman ako. Pero tapos na-challenge ako doon. So, pumasok na agad yung challenge. At tanong ko pa sa dad ko, dad, may restaurant naman.
May fast food naman din. May convenience store naman.
For sure naman, dad, siguro may KFC doon, may McDo doon. So, pabubuhay ako. Alam mo yun, yung part ng expectations mo na mahirap yung PhD, pero alam mo din na mahirap din yung
yung life around it.
Yung life. Nandito ka, tapos nagkaroon pa ng COVID na unexpected, na eventually, diba, parang hindi na ako nakauwi. The original plan was yung every year uuwi ako, spend time with family, but then again, because of COVID, wag na. Kasi nga, ang daming process na dapat dadaanan. So, mahirap yun. Very isolating. Bago ka, wala akong masyadong friends kasi ako yung last na pumasok because of COVID, opening borders. So, ang daming adjustment din. Yun yung mahirap din. Sabi ko, expectations mo, mahirap na yung PhD and then yung life dito, yung adjustment, mahirap. Pero sabi ko nga sa sarili ko, this is my commitment to myself. I have to stay committed. And then part of the learning process. And alam ko din na madami ako matututunan dito. So, para mag-iba din yung perception mo sa iba't ibang aspect.
So, going into the program, nasabi ba sa inyo na it's more, well, in your experience, is it more a self-directed learning, or do you still attend class, or is it more research heavy? Nakatutok ka ba sa computer mo all the time, or are there times na you're in a lab doing experiments, or how's the program, or how's the whole experience?
Kaya ako na-mention kanina dun sa question mo na ano yung mga consideration, ano na yung dapat lang gawin prior. Kasi na-miss out ko dun, hindi ako masyadong nag-research about dun sa track ko. So alam ko lang, biomechanic yung program ko, ito yung gagawin ko. Hindi ko alam kung may course or something. So nung dumating ako dito, ginaid naman ako ng advisor ko. And that's very important, very critical yun, na you have to be open and discuss everything to your advisor. Siguro kasi teacher din ako, so alam ko din na kailangan yung teacher magsabi ng expectation. Pero dumating ako dito sa student, so ako nagsabi sa kanya, nag-initiate na, ma'am, this is my expectation. So, naintindihan niya naman ito expectations kasi dapat may alignment. Even the research project. So, yung sa research project nga, before kami mag-end up dun sa research project ko, so tingnan muna namin na ano yung parang nag-combine kami. Tinanong niya ako, Rox, ano ba yung gusto mo? Sabi ko, wala ako talagang maisip. Ang gusto ko lang talaga, since nga medyo na-open ako dun sa, kasi yung project ni Dr. Suarez about more of technology, right? So sabi ko, gusto ko na something na may legacy na pwede. Pag nakita mo to, project ko to. Sabi ko, how about mobile application? Let's have developer create mobile application to have a more efficient data or rather assessment method. Yung objective, parang ganun. Wala pa kaming idea kung ano. Basta gusto lang namin, sige, let's try. Kasi nga, hindi naman siya trend, pero kailangan needed since nga nagkaroon ng COVID, pwede mo siyang magamit in remote areas, diba? Tapos since expertise niya is calf race, yung heel races. So that's the calf race test, yung protocol, enhancement or ng protocol ng calf race test. So doon na, nag-mix up kami na, sige, ito na. Tapos doon na. Tapos, share ko lang din. So, 3 years, no? So, yung first year, ano talaga siya? First 6 months is probationary ako for, hindi ko alam kung same with other school or university. 6 months proposal. So, you have to write your research proposal. And then, after that, you have to may thesis proposal, rather, research proposal defense. Tawag nila ito oral examination. Then after that, kapag na-pass mo yun, doon na mag-start sa data collection. Yung first year ko talaga dedicated with the proposal, data collection. And then finalizing yung mga papers or rather studies ng project ko. Currently, I have 6 studies. So 1 systematic review, 1 narrative review, and then the rest experimental studies.
Okay.
So data collection yung first year, and then second year, last year, analysis ng data, and then write-up na. Tapos this year, ito na yung medyo mahirap kasi may expectations na sila, dapat may produce ka, dapat na-send ka na for publication. So right now, I'm waiting for result ng 2 papers ko for publication. Mahirap din yung publication process. Yung rejection, na every time na magbubukas ka ng email at mag-check ka na, hey, what's wrong? May mga doubt na rin na, okay. Pero you have to understand na, Roxanne, it's okay. Lahat ng researcher dumaan dyan. So yun nga, yung may expectations na meet, na pag-usapan naman kung ano yung magiging process. So, dapat clear yun. Tsaka well-guided dapat ng advisor or advisors mo. Open communication with them.
Gotcha. So, ang hirap din pala ng mga ganong process, no? Kasi for someone that siguro like me, na I can't seem to follow, deadlines. Kaya sabi ko parang okay na muna ako. Kasi before dream ko din mag-PhD. Parang after kong matapos yung transitional na DPT program ko, sabi ko pahinga muna ako, parang tingnan natin kung sabi mo nga kung nandun pa yung intention ko, tama pa yung intention ko matapos, no? Kasi mababurn out nga isang tao kung pipilitin mo lang sa ganon na hindi ka pala fully
Ready.
committed eh. Tama. So aside from, you mentioned earlier, COVID, it was somewhat isolating. And the challenge of now, which is to publish, what other challenges did you face or are currently facing in your program right now, in your journey? And how are you trying to, manage that and go through it?
So, last year na ako sa PhD ko. So, hopefully matapos ako within this year. So far, nagkaroon ako talaga ng difficulty dun sa data collection ko talaga. Medyo nag-assume ako ng madaming bagay. So, assumera ako. So, dun ko na-realize na Roxanne, research is about, be more systematic. Kaya nga, diba, organize and stick dun sa protocol. Dun ko rin na-realize na once na nagkaroon ka nag-mess up dun sa protocol mo, magkakascade na siya. When nagkaroon ka ng problema with the data collection, with the methods itself, hindi mo siya na-apply properly or accurately, malaking yung effect or impact niya dun sa and then the whole project also. So, dun ako nagkaroon ng medyo concern. And then, medyo, hesitant, di man hesitant. Medyo hindi ako sanay kasi na magtanong talaga. Alam mo, hindi naman, nahiya kasi magtanong, parang gano'n, di ba? Na may pilot study ka na-check mo na to, ganito siya. So may mga gano'n ako na, pag hindi ako masyadong, lesson learned yun, Roxanne. Hindi ako, pag unsure ako sa bagay, parang, sige na, Rox, go na. May gano'n ako dati, parang, hindi, ganito yun, gano'n. Kahit unsure ako, go ko na. Na-realize ko na, research is a team effort. Kung hindi ka sure, diba, ask mo yung group mo, ask mo yung team. Kasi nga, team effort siya. So, lahat kayo nandun, sama-sama. So, yun challenge talaga. At saka, right now, yung pag-i-integrate ng literature, too much information. So, nandun ka na sa, in-integrate mo lahat ng information na kailangan doon sa project mo. So, medyo nagkakaroon ako ng difficulty doon sa integrating everything. Kasi ang hirap din mag-filter. Tapos iba-iba yung, iba-iba yung nasasabi per article. But sabi ko, part naman siya ng PhD process. Kasi, so yun. What else? So far, yun pa lang. So far, aside sa very isolating yung PhD. Nasanay naman ako. So, very isolating PhD, nasanay na.
So, is it right to assume that if you're like doing your PhD full-time, most of the time, nasa harap ka ng computer or nagbabasa ka talaga ng articles, journals?
Dalawa lang talaga yung task ng research. For me, based on my experience ng PhD, read and write. Read and write. Kasi you need to read para may masulat ka.
Right. Tama.
Read and write. Tapos yun, mahirap. Sa first year, 6 months proposal, sulat ka ulit yung review ng literature para ma-intensify kung may gap talaga. Sabi ko nga, kasi yung goal mo nga, di ba? Kaya ka pumasok sa PhD, yung commitment nila. Yung goal mo, sabi nga, to share significant original contribution to the existing knowledge. So yun dapat, yun yung kino-consider ko nung gumagawa kami ng research project. Something new, and then may impact, lalo na sa clinical significance ng gagawin kong project. So Roxanne, sak. Significant original contribution to the existing knowledge. So kapag wala yon, dun sa criteria ng proposal ko, X na to. So ganun yung kami gumawa ng project na nung nag-decision na kami, yun yung lagi ako nakafocus. Rox, significant ba to? Original ba to? And what will you contribute dun sa existing knowledge? So, siguro naman, later on, after nitong paper ko, I can really say, and proud, yes, may significant naman.
Okay.
So, yun.
Gusto ko yun isap sa significant original contribution to
existing knowledge.
Nice. All right. So, when someone finishes their or earn their PhD, ano ba yung mga perceived benefits? Like for you, example, you're in the academe, in that setting, university, may ano ba to? Mayroon ba tong role sa promotion, sa salary? Well, alam na natin yung degree. It's PhD. Highest academic
that you
degree
can
that you can earn in that setting. Well, marami pa namang iba, pero that's the terminal degree, sabi nga nila. So, aside from that, ano pa yung mga ibang perceived benefits? Like, for example, you're in the academic setting.
Given naman siguro yan. And I guess, isa din naman sa nagmamotivate din sa mga iba, but nagtitik ng PhD. Of course, promotion. Napakahirap naman kasi talaga ma-promote sa atin kung hindi naman talaga about sa credentials, diba? And I guess naman, aside din doon, siguro part ng professional development. For me, personal and professional development. Ano siya sabi ko, itong journey na to, hindi lang siya about more of theoretical or concept learning, diba? It's about, for me, very important yung ano yung natutunan ko sa life. Knowing yourself more. So yung ganun, yung perceived in a professional way, of course, you will earn your degree, promotion later on, opportunities also to know other researcher or other part of the part ng, researcher or educator also in different institution, and then kung mas ma-expose ka, kapag mag-expose ka sa isang bagay, mas mag-trigger ka na gusto mo matutunan to, diba? Lalo pag bago. So nandun yung ladder na parang, nandun yung na, gusto ko to, chain. Punta ka sa conference, makikita mo, may ganang opportunity ma-invite ka sa speaker, mag-invite ka gumawa ng workshop. So, more of gaining also yung experience and expertise dun sa field. So, yung knowledge mo dun sa specific na field na to, mas ma-enhance. So, later on, more or less, paano ko ba sasabihin in a good way?
It's like you're opening doors for yourself.
Doors. Oo, yun. And then madaming madaming opportunity na pwede ko makita.
And you sabi mo kanina na with like conferences, you meet other people. Also, some researchers can reach out to you na collaborate. You're expert on this, they're expert on that. They wanna, join forces.
Yes, do something. Alam mo yun, do something else. Sense na parang ganun. Parang ganun. I think yun. Yung connection, yung network, and mas makilala mo pa yung yung field mismo. So, kasi importante yan kung ano yung magigain mo sa sarili mo. Later na yun. Kung ano yung magigain mo sa sarili mo, I guess yun.
Gotcha. So parang ang ending talaga ng PhD is like you're going to somewhat be you're gonna be a master of that field, of that subject. Kasi for that long, full-time gagawin yun lang talaga yung binabasa mo. You'll get the, current research about that topic. So with all that reading and with all that researching and plus your own experiments or studies, talagang magagain ka talaga ng maraming knowledge on that.
Gain ka ng knowledge, gain ka ng di mo naman, ako for me lang, sorry di naman ako nag-aim ng maging expert ako dito. Gusto ko lang maging knowledgeable. Kasi yung expertise na sinasabi, kailangan mo kasi, ma-expose, magawa to ng several times As in several, kasi hindi mo naman siya mape-perfect Kasi di mo naman alam kung ano yung maging concern or problem or issues later on So akin lang, gusto ko may deeper understanding. Pag may deeper understanding ka dun sa pwede mo nang gawin, pwede ka na mag-experiment, pwede ka na mag-try. Kasi alam mo yung foundation, solid yung foundation. So yun.
Gotcha. So right now, you're almost at the end of your journey. What do you like most about being a PhD student and your specific program there in Waikato?
Siguro yung
Waikato pala, sorry.
It's okay. Yung PhD by publication, siguro doon ko talaga na-appreciate yung maging student. Ang sarap maging student. Mas ma-appreciate mo ulit. Parang ito yung pinaka best life ever. Ang dalawa yung student kasi, sinasabi, pwede, alam mo yan, yung ano mo na magkamali, gets mo yun? Parang, okay na magkamali, tawa ka lang, and then learn next time. And then do better next time. Yung liberty also, yung freedom, na ito yung gusto kong gawin, hawak mo yung time, ito yung gusto mong aralin, ito yung gusto kong mag-concentrate dito, yun. Tapos, guided and supportive pa yung mga advisors ko, so I'm very blessed about that. And then yung interaction mo with the different students also from different countries. Kasi nakikita mo yung struggle din nila, nakikilala mo sila, ano yung intentions, ano yung goals nila for taking PhD. And then you gain friends, diba? What else? Siguro yung so far, ina-enjoy ko, yung process of doing the research itself. Lalo na yung legit na siya, totoo na ako na talaga to. Kasi ako yung nagsiset up ng laboratory, wala na si Chacha. Hindi ako makatulong ng
Hi kay Ma'am Chacha.
Hi kay Ma'am Chacha. Hindi na ako makatulong ng, alam mo yun, kina Ma'am Fifi, kina Sir Ken, yung mga kasama ko sa biomechanics ka, Hindi ako kilala naman nila yun, feeling ko naman. Si Sir Ken Sosa and si Ma'am Fifi Chavez. So sila yung mga kasama ko sa team naman na Sir Tupe. Parang, nung nakita ko na, ako nagsiset up, sakay mo yung bike ko, hindi kasi bike yung ligamit, ibang motion capture system. Nalagay mo talaga sa wall, set up mo yung 8 cameras, tapos set up mo yung first plate. Yung first plate kasi namin hindi sa ground unlike sa atin sa UST. So talaga set up mo siya. Tapos alam mo, ikakabit mo talaga na nakasync lahat siya sa computer and everything, pati yung EMG and tapos yung calibration, yun yung pinakamahirap na part kasi dapat calibrable. Alam mo naman yan, di ba? Dapat well calibrated lahat. So yun. Yung minsan, pawis na pawis talaga ako kasi talaga naawa ko sa sarili ko kasi ako lang maaga kang gigising kasi syempre, sorry. Hindi ako nagko-complain Na-realize ko kasi na ang saya ng process kasi parang syempre, dapat
mas na-appreciate mo siya kasi ginagawa mo siya.
Diba? 2 hours prior ng data collection, nandun ka na dapat sa laboratory. So, minsan ikaw maaga, Saturday, Sunday, nandun ka kasi yun lang available time para dun sa participant. So, yun yung appreciate ko na siya, legit na ako. Parang legit na ako. Wala akong katulong, Chacha, I need help. Chacha, buhat mo to. Or Chacha, hawakan mo tong ladder para stable ako. Dito, wala. Ako yung walang hawak sa'yo, ikaw bubuhat nito. Yung ganun. Yung pag-set up, pag-analyze ng data. Ako din gumawa ng stat ko. Very thankful ako dun sa advisor ko na statistician kasi she allowed me to explore dun sa bagong language na to. Na parang, kaya ko pala. So, na-enjoy ko yung coding. Yun yung na-appreciate ko. Coding. Diba sabi ko sa'yo gusto maging IT. So, feeling ko, pag nag-start ako, tapos using that software or that application, shucks, IT na. Ganun. So,
hindi ka pa pala nalayo no? Baka sa susunod, Mass PhD or ibang naman sa coding ka naman, sa IT.
But very much, natatawa yung advisor ko yun, si Ma'am Josie Athens from Otago University siya. Kasi, very excited ako itry lahat. Kasi alam mo siya, parang laro sa akin yung R. So parang pag ang galing, bago na, may mga ganun ka na feeling mo, role-playing ka para lang mas motivate ka doon sa paggawa ng paper mo. So yun. And then yung pagsulat, yung pag-organize ng thoughts, that's very important also. Filtering, so yun. And then, yun. And then yung discussion mo with your advisors kasi most likely sila yung expert dun sa field Different yung yung perception nila sa iba't ibang bagay. Pero ang galing paano sila mag-isip. Very open, without judgment. So without judgment. At hindi madamot. Very generous sila. Kaya ang sarap din makipag-work sa kanila. Hindi sila madamot sa knowledge. Kasi merong iba ganun, di ba? Gusto ko ako lang maging okay dito, ako lang may alam nito. Pero sa kanila, sa tatlong niya, parang, go Roxanne, digest it.
Yun ang magagandang mentor sa higher education Sila yung tipong parang cheerleader mo. Na parang sila talaga, go, go, go. Ano yung kailangan natin para magawa mo yun? Parang very, very open into sharing what they know and really pushing you,
At
to
first,
reach.
medyo ayoko noon kasi parang nababaliw na ako. Lalo na yung alam naman din na hindi naman ako maintindihan. Alam niya rin naman ito yung advisor ko. Ang dami pa. Every email na lang for the journal that I have to read. I have to inject this, integrate this in. Pero later on, right, especially now, mas na-appreciate ko na, Roxanne, they're just doing it because they want you to learn more and then sa mas lumawak pa yung knowledge mo. So, yun.
And recently, recently pa rin naman, that's last year, you had that biomechanics day, di ba?
Yeah.
And you were one of the features dun sa yung calf raise app nyo. So, na-produce na yung app.
May app na. So, develop na yung app, but as part of my research project, yung validation and reliability, validation paper for that app. So, yun na lang, waiting na ako. Nasa publication na siya right now. Waiting for the result. Hopefully talaga this year because needed talaga siya kasi ang dami na din nag-email sa amin that they wanted to use the app for their research. So, before you use it, dapat may backup literature na, yes, it's valid and reliable. But it is valid and reliable. We're just waiting na lang talaga for the publication of the paper.
So, in a short description, ano ba yung app na to? What does it do?
Okay. So, siguro hindi ko kasi alam kung familiar lahat dun sa calf raise test. But similarly, dun sa MMT na ankle plantar flexors, you ask your patient to do heel raises and then may corresponding number of heel raises para ma-assume natin na. And we can say na categorized normal, good, blah, blah, blah. Right? But a calf raise test is a screening tool or functional outcome measure for endurance, strength, and performance of the calf raise, of the calf muscle per se. Pero in clinics kasi, we don't have any equipment to objectively measure yung gusto natin outcomes, diba?
In-observe lang, tsaka narratives lang ng PT.
Mention mo before, common naman sa clinic yun, diba? Like gait analysis, paano masasabi, tas very subjective, diba? So sabi mo, yun na, when we do human movement or movement analysis, sabi natin, very subjective, diba? Kasi wala tayong equipment to use to monitor or to track the movement itself. So, yun. So, tapos, ano ba? Yun nga, sa clinic, observation lang. Kasi hindi pa ganun ka standard, walang standard protocol dun sa pag-measure ng calf raise. Tapos, what else? Yung binibenta ko yung application. Yung calf raise, mobile app, so nagtatrack siya ng heel raises, hindi lang number of repetitions yung kaya niya i-measure. Sabi ko nga, if this functional measure or outcome measure is for assessment of the holistic function of the calf muscle, parang hindi naman ata enough na repetitions lang yung, diba? Para masabi mong, ganda siya. So there are other outcome measures that the application can analyze or can retrieve. So meron siyang work, may power, the height, which is crucial, diba? Lalo na sa mga may Achilles tendon rupture. So, alam mo yun? So, yun. So, number of repetitions, work, power, height, and fatigue index. So those are the outcomes na mini-measure na pwede mong makuha or ma-retrieve using our application. So it's very objective. And then may makikita ka talagang, kasi pwede ka mag-retrieve ng data dun eh. Pag nakuha mo siya, analyze mo na siya, tapos dun na, pwede mong isend ngayon dun sa client mo na ito yung nakuha namin sa'yo, siya ganun. So at least, hindi lang siya ganun ka-subjective na ito lang yung nakuha. So, monitoring also.
Alright.
Meron ka ng objective data. And then, mas feeling ko, mas maging accurate and more specific yung approach mo sa evaluation as well in management.
Ayos yun when you mentioned power, work and work over time. So pati yun na measure niya how fast you
Yes, kasi
perform.
dun sa minamarket ko again. Kasi mga
Hindi mo market kasi tinatanong ko naman eh.
hindi pa siya available sa
Pinag-uusapan naman
Android.
natin siya.
Hindi pa naman siya available sa Android, pero later on yun yung plan ng PM na maging available siya sa Android. Medyo expensive kasi. So right now, available pa lang siya sa Apple. Tapos, aside doon, may mga options. O, di ba magaling? Aside doon, may cadence. Kasi may cadence ka na kailangan mong i-follow. So, yung cadence, yung tempo. So, meron kami 90, 60, and 120. So, kaya that's why, pwede mong talagang i-check yung power kasi different rate, di ba? We're after the different rate.
Right.
Bakit kailangan ba ng power? Essential lalo na kung dati athletic yung patient, no? So, diba? So, yun. Kasi because yung Achilles tendon is, alam mo na, diba? So,
I see.
So,
okay.
Jeez. So,
Huh?
download it. It's for free right now. Free siya right now. And then, yeah.
Okay. I see that. That's
mobile app.
Amazing. All right. So, what have you learned so far in your journey? Academic or personal or professional?
In professional and academic, siguro mas na-appreciate ko yung research. Before kasi parang research. Parang dati, research. Pero ngayon, na-appreciate mo siya. Ang galing. Parang ganun. Ang galing. Hindi ka naman mayabang. Hindi ka naman kailangan. Na-appreciate mo lang na, ito pala siya. Tapos yung mga napapublish na paper, mas na-appreciate mo yung significant ng paper. Diba? Sabi ko nga, pag PhD, yun yung training ground. For me, PhD, training ground. Graduate ka, it's up to you. Kung gusto mo i-continue as a researcher to do more papers, to do more studies, or consult, or whatsoever. Pero, lagi nasa mind, dapat at least may significant contribution ka dun sa profession mo. So, yun yung natutunan ko. Sabi nga ni Professor Masayoshi Kubo, Rox, always think what will be the clinical significance of this paper. Hindi lang basta paper. Hindi lang basta goal mo ma-publish. But your goal is, what is your share dun sa field? What yung share mo sa field? Kasi di ba, alam mo naman yan, as a clinician, yung book natin ginagamit in clinics, hindi naman siya ganun ka-updated, right? So, ano yung lagi natin? Evidence-based practice. Ano yung pinaka-basis, reference natin? Punta sa databases, search ka ng recent journal regarding dun sa treatment na to, evaluation na to. If effective, you can apply to your patient, right? Sino ba yung magbe-benefit later on? Center mo, lagi, is patient, yung client natin. So, nandun naman lagi. Evidence-based, kaya mo siya ginagamit kasi based sa literature, effective siya. Kung hindi siya effective, huwag mo siya gagamitin. So, it's a guide protocol among different professions, but especially sa PT. So, yun yung natutunan ko. Personally, naging mas introspective, maging grateful sa lahat, even in small things. Mas na-appreciate ko lahat. Thankful ka lang sa lahat ng nangyari kasi hindi naman lahat na-experience to. Parang, yun lang, parang trust the process, trust the journey, be committed, always be open, and be kind to yourself and to other people. Yun lang. So, yun.
Okay. So, for our colleagues who are listening, students or professionals na clinicians or anyone who's listening, who's thinking about pursuing their PhDs, what advice can you give them?
Paulit-ulit to, no? Kasi very important to. It's yung number one for me. You should know what you want always. Yun lang. You should know what you want always. Tapos papasok na yung intention mo and then yung goal. Yun yung pinaka, for me, important. Tapos, be patient. Be patient. Failures and rejections are part of the process. So, hindi siya ganun immediate na Kaya natulog ka lang, kinabukasan gusto ko na mag-PhD, apply na ako, kinabukasan nandiyan yung result. So hindi. Kasi ako, it took 2 years yung application process. So may mga rejections doon, umiyak na din ako, nagsimba na din ako, lumuhod na din ako sa Quiapo at sa Baclaran.
Nag-alay ka ba ng CCO?
Hindi pa naman umabot doon, pero sumulat na ako ng letter kay St. Joseph. Alam mo yung mga ganun.
Nag-novena kay St. Jude?
Because pumunta ako, totoo, alam mo naman, super effective ni St. Jude. So, sinasabi ko lang kasi, yun yung experience ko. So, minsan kasi madi-discourage ka talaga sa lahat eh. Lalo na tapos mapapaisip ka, para ba sa akin to? Lalo na kapag na-receive mo yung mga rejection emails, magte-take ka ng test, tapos bagsak ka, I have to take another exam. Yung mga ganon. So, usap ka sa potential advisor mo, hindi kayo hindi naging okay. So, may mga ganon. So, be patient. Kung gusto mo talaga, ha? Kung gusto mo talaga, sabi ko nga, if you really want it, pursue it. Tapos yun, failure is rejection, part ng life, but you have to trust the journey. You have to trust him or kung sino man yung gusto mo i-trust. But always remember, kung para sa'yo, para sa'yo.
True.
Then don't waste time. Right? Don't waste time kasi hindi na tayo bata eh. So, yun lang. Lagi mo rin check, kaya pa ba? Nasa timeline ko pa ba? Sabi naman ng iba, ang PhD wala naman talaga siya sa edad eh. But then again, you have to factor also yung, alam mo, nadami mong dapat i-factor. But then again, yun lang. So, pursue, yun lang.
Yeah. Pwede rin naman siguro mag-PhD without an end goal eh. Yung gusto mo lang talaga matuto, no? At meron ka namang means.
Naman. At kung means ka, gusto mo talagang matuto. Naman. But be ready na yung journey na to, hindi naman siya katulad nung, alam mo yun, workshop lang. Hindi. Dapat aware ka na, oy, mahirap to. Sinasabi ko na, mahirap to.
Siyempre, PhD yan eh. Iba talaga ang requirements ng PhD. I feel it. Compared to bachelors and masters, no? So, iba talaga.
Paano ko ba? Nakalimutan ko dapat i-mention ko. Hindi siya ganun kadali. And then, kailangan lang din, persistent ka talaga, self-discipline, and very dedicated ka lang dun sa commitment na to.
Alright. So we're almost at the end. Actually, parang lumagpas na nga tayo ng time natin.
Sorry!
Thank you, Ma'am Rox, for sharing your journey with us in your pursuit for earning your PhD in biomechanics. But before I let you go, I just have my last bite or my last 3 questions. My first question is, what is your recipe for success?
Okay. Hindi lang isa kasi madami, pero yung siguro sa
what's your top top?
Ano lang maisip ko right now? Yung first siguro, faith. Sabi ko, faith lang. Trust him. Sabi ko nga, kung para sa'yo, trust him. Pray a lot. Yun. Second, good relationship with your family and with your friends. Okay? And then, yung naka-attach dun sa good relationship na yan is being grateful with them. Kasi sabi ko nga, mahirap na yung journey, isolating, pero lagi mong kakampi yung biggest support system mo is your friends. First, number 1 is your family. I'm very blessed lang na meron akong supportive na dad, na kahit anong gusto ko, ano yung plan ko sa life, nandyan siya. So, alam mo yun, di siya nangingialam sa personal ko, parang ganun. Kung ano yung gusto mo, go. Pero mag-a-advise siya. Magsasabi siya ng, ito yung pros, ito yung cons, but at the end of the day, it's your life, gawin mo. Kasi ikaw, life mo yan. And then friends. Very important yun. And I'm very blessed, very lucky na may friends ako na nandyan palagi. So, may mention ko yung names nila, pero sabihin ko sino sila. So, yun. May mention ko yung name nila. Of course, Sir Kim Medallion, OT, faculty ng CRS. Very grateful ako sa kanya kasi tinulungan niya ako na mag-change yung perception ko sa life. Naging mas magaan kung paano ko i-take yung life. Of course, yung group yung friends ko sa CRS, sila Sir Christopher Cruz, sila Sir Ken Sosa, hi to them. just to appreciate them. Sila Ma'am Fifi, sila Tina, sila Zaira, sino ba? Mga friends ko doon. Tapos mga students ko, mga previous students natin. I guess meron ka rin communication din, right? Until now, with our previous students. Yeah. So, nandun sila. Isabella, so yun. Sila Ado. So, ano yung mga students ko from Lasal. Alam mo yun, until now, nandyan sila. Mag-share ka lang ng konting achievement. Mag-message sila sa'yo, congratulate ka. Alam mo yun, yung tipiko, magsabi na proud sila sa'yo. Parang dati ko nagsasabi sa kanila nun, di ba? Pag nag-achieve sila. Pero iba kapag sila yung nagsasabi sa'yo. So, very helpful yun from Lasal and from UST sa Sierra students ko. Na friends ko now, iba yung joy na binibigay nila. Kapag nag-message sila sa akin, bibigyan ng encouragement, yan. Sila Gerald Enriquez. So sila yung nandyan talaga. So yun, good relationship attached doon yung be grateful with everything. And last, will be persistent and be committed. Dalawa siguro lagi magkataon. Be persistent, be committed. Add ko na din yun, work hard, but most importantly, work smart. Kasi magkaiba sila. Pero yun, be persistent. Kung ano yung gusto mo mangyari sa life, go for it. Ito yung gusto mo, go.
All right. Your recipe for success, prayer, relationship, and being grateful, persistence, and commitment.
Yeah.
And that's your, helps you to succeed in...
But hindi naman po successful, pero parang importante lang siguro.
That pushes you to that direction.
Yeah, to do better. Siguro to do better.
Mahirap na kasi.
Successful, di naman successful.
Hindi kasi we're all aiming for success, di ba? So what is our internal recipe or yung ano ba yung mga key factors that would help us in that, to reach that goal.
Kung having successful, di talaga.
All right, second question. In our profession, as physical therapists, how can we elevate ourselves or take everyone with us in our profession to elevate our profession?
Be kind with each other. That's number one. Be kind. Lalo na sa difficult times. So, di na sa difficult times, pero especially ngayon. Let's try to treat each other. Equal treatment. Lahat tayo equal. Yun. Be open to learn. Avoid as much as possible being so or too judgmental. Because we are in the field na, alam mo yan, it's a learning field. So lahat tayo natuto. So let's try to help each other. We can say, alam mo yun, feedback but in a good way. Di mo naman siya kailangan sugarcoat but you have to do it in nicely and polite and with respect. Yeah. Be kind and be respect. And then try to collaborate more. Try to collaborate more para lang din kasi at the end of the day our goal is to improve, 'di ba? Yung service natin, especially nga giving quality service sa client natin. Tsaka mas ma-elevate naman yung profession. So yun.
Kahit sino man ang client natin, whether it's our patients or our students or whoever. Yeah.
Basta
I like it.
Nasa common goal ka. At the end of the day, we have differences. Diba? Alam naman natin yun. Dapat we have to respect each other, different opinions, different perspective. We have different take on different different situations. But at the end of the day, as dun sa profession, even kung kahit as a clinician or educator ka, laging nakafocus, sino yung magbe-benefit ba nito? Sino yung focus ko? So it's either your client or your students.
Right. I like what you said about being kind. Minsan nakakalimutan natin yan. We're all professionals, di ba? Whether you became my professor or I became your students, now we're all, we all have that license. We're professionals na dapat, and that's how we should treat each other as professionals and with respect. Not siguro hindi na yung sasabihin kasi ng mga tao like respect is earned, pero give the respect earned to a human person. Kahit na siguro sabihin natin kaaway mo siya, tao pa rin naman siya. So,
Yeah.
somewhat, a little respect, di ba? Sarap nung
Feel ko naman, sir, hindi ka magiging, sabi natin, always be kind, diba? Pero yung kind kasi yung isa sa mga factor doon is yung respect mo eh. Hindi mo pwedeng kind ka sa kanya pero walang respect. So, hindi ka kind sa kanya. Kasi magkadikit sila palagi.
Plastic na yun pag walang respect.
Diba? Yung love kasi, in different way naman yun, diba? Pero for me, yung kind and respect, lagi silang magka-partner. I have mutual respect sa'yo and then have to treat you fairly and kind.
Yeah.
Kasi
alright.
Diba, parang minsan nakakatakot din kasi. Lalo ayoko kasi feeling ko ikaw din naman ganun eh. Diba yung mga student natin graduate na. Gusto mo pag graduate nila, treat ka nila na as a colleague, right? Ayaw mo yung may takot sa'yo kasi hindi ka naman superior eh. Gets mo ba? Ayoko na tingin ng mga estudyante sa akin na, Ma'am Rox, alam mo yun? Hindi naman ganun kasi, alam mo yun, na parang nandito na tayo, magkakapareho na tayo. Kung ano yung, alam ko na din, we have to help each other kung paano natin mas mag-improve yung sarili natin. So, hindi ko na pag graduate na, let your students grow and develop and then go and then be proud of them kasi sila, yun.
Yung pag may kausap nga ako mga students ko dati, parang sasabi ko, wala nang sir kasi hindi nyo na ako teacher. Hindi na ako teacher. Tsaka dito naman sa US, wala namang sir or ma'am eh.
Actually, medyo meron akong problem dyan kasi hindi ko mawala. Part na siguro ng culture na.
Ako naman, ganon. Hindi ko matanggal yung Ma'am Che, Ma'am Ann, Sir Mike.
Pero yung gusto natin sa estudyante na please don't call me ma'am. Like ko sasabi, please don't call me ma'am. Kasi parang feel ko super tanda ako. Alam ko magtanda na ako. Super malabo yung gap natin. Pero please.
Pero there was one time like I was interviewing a former instructor, a former mentor sa USTC, si Ma'am Lucy. Tapos sabi niya, we were doing podcast, sabi niya, just call me Lucy. So, parang hirap. Lucy. Ang hirap. Awkward. Pero it's nice, di ba? Hearing from them that they treat you as not a student anymore, di ba? Diba? Like they're within your reach na eh. Parang ganun ang
seryo, pag ganun, aside dun sa without even calling mom or whatsoever. Pero feeling ko mas ma-appreciate ng estudyante yung equal treatment. Ibig sabihin, tinatrust mo sila.
Former students.
Bitiwala ka sa kanila, bitiwala ka sa kanila na okay na, pwede na. Alam mo yun, parang nakawala ka na sa amin. Pwede na, let's go na. We trust you. Nakapasa ka na ng board exam. Go.
Tsaka you are your own person already. Wala na akong hawak sa direksyon ng buhay mo. Kasi hindi naman nakita estudyante eh. Na-achieve mo na yung kailangan mo achieve with your own effort and accord. Di ba? That's your achievement. Anything after that, it's yours na.
Pero masarap din naman sa feelings sir yun na nag-ask sila ng advice, right? Ma'am, okay ba to? Ma'am, okay ba to? Okay lang naman if they will follow your advice or not. But then again, yung yung feeling na pupunta sila sa'yo. Parang ganun, okay. So at least, may tiwala pala sila sa'yo. So masaya yun. Feel ako, yung pagiging teacher talaga, fulfillment ko talaga yun. Yung satisfaction na yung joy ko, yung after na graduate, may mga friends ako na student. Until now, super proud ako sa kanila and I guess proud din sila sa akin. Magkikita kami next time equal. Yun, mag-share kami ng mga nangyari sa life na hindi nagpapataasan, pero proud kami at happy kami kasi na-achieve at ginagawa namin kung anong gusto namin. Yung na-excite ako.
Ako pag nakikita ko lang yung mga former students ko sa social media, tapos they're reaching their goals and achievement. Pero feeling ko parang nakaka-proud. Para akong stage dad na, ang galing nila.
Sabi ko nga,
natutuwa ako for them.
Tawag ko nga sa kanila ng student sila, anak, diba? Lalo yung mga, lahat sila, yung mga student ko, from Lasal, until, pag nakita mo na may nagawa sila, may clinic na sila sa US, wow! Tapos invite ka nila, punta ka sa US, punta ka sa Australia, mga ganyan. Tapos kahit doktor, tapos mag-top, Kasi parang, alam mo na, nakikita mo naman talaga na magsasucceed sila. Pero yung makita mo na, ay, ang galing, ito. At least kahit pa paano, partly, I guess, may naambag naman tayo kung nasan sila ngayon. At sana grateful din sila sa atin. Sarap maging teacher.
Doon sa short stint ko as an instructor, parang sabi ko, buti na lang konti lang yung buti na lang konti lang yung influence ko sa kanila. Kasi parang feeling ko wala na sila makukuha. Wala na sila nakuha sa akin ng time.
Topic ko naman yun.
Pero yeah, I'm really happy for my former students and former interns nung na-handle ko sa kanila. All right, as a last question, what are the 3 ingredients? It can be your motto, it can be a Bible verse, it can be a characteristic, or a trait that you always carry with you, that you think is essential in your life. So in short, what are the 3 things that make up Roxanne Fernandez?
Wait lang, ito na kasi yan. Okay.
Nag-ready. Nag-research yun na. Baka makalimutan.
Ay, bebe. And then first, siguro, alam naman, siguro paano ba? Ingredients, no? That's like nasa mind.
Kung pag sa Powerpuff Girls, sugar, spice, and everything nice. Pero, Ma'am Rox, ano yung 3 ingredients of Roxanne Fernandez?
Una siguro nung kanina din. Siguro yung same lang din nung kanina. Connected naman siya palagi. Yun nga, yung faith ko laging nandun all throughout. Kasi hindi ko naman to kayang gawin, diba, na sarili ko lang. Lagi kang ask ka ng wala kang impossible sa kanya, diba? So, lagi ka lang mag-a-ask sa kanya. May mga difficulties, may struggles, may mga uncertainties, may mga questions ka palagi. Pero lagi ka lang dasal, pray, talk to them. Madami kasi sila, hindi lang naman isa, diba? May madami sila. And then yung Bible verse sila kung sinasabi, John 13:7. John 13:7, I said, you do not realize what I'm doing right now, but later on you will. Diba? Kasi tama naman pala. Kaya pala masasabi mo, kaya pala. Minsan, ba't ka kaya nakilala itong taong to? Ay, kaya pala. Ba't ako napunta sa institution na to? Ay, kaya pala. Ba't ko siya nakita? Ba't ko ito ginawa? Ay, kaya pala. So, lahat connected. So, minsan nawawala yung napaka-overthinker ko kasi. Nawawala yung yung gano'n, yung anxiety ko na parang hindi ko tato kaya. Ba't kaya nangyari to? Ba't ang tagal? Ba't hindi pa nangyayari? Tagal naman, Lord. Parang gano'n. Lagi yun. Nag-ansamay ko. John 13:7, John 13:7, John 13:7. Be patient, Roxanne. Be patient. Okay? Be patient. So, yun. John 13:7. The next, ancora imparo. Ancora imparo is meaning I'm learning. Right? So, I'm learning. So, Rox, life is a learning process. Hindi lang sa PhD. So, kahit natapos ako sa PhD, Rox, okay lang magkamali. Tao ka lang. Natututo ka. So, always, pag may bago, Roxanne, I'm learning, ancora imparo. So, John 13:7, John 13:7. Pag hindi ko pa siya alam, I'm excited na matutunan ko. Pero alam ko, difficult. Yeah, ancora imparo. I'm learning. Then last, siguro, ulit-ulit na yung be grateful pero siguro yung na doon, yung pangatlo ko na, ba? So first, faith. Second is yung ready ka to learn. Yung third, siguro, wala akong maisip. Siguro lagay ko na lang na be true to yourself. Try to be authentic. Don't compare yourself, diba, sa ibang tao. Kasi iba-iba ka. Iba-iba ka. Siguro yun. Faith, I'm learning, and then last, try not to compare yourself. Kasi pag kinompare mo yung sarili mo, walang mangyayari kasi lagi kang nakaano sa standard nila. Ba't siya ganito? Ba't ito nakuha niya? Ba't ito ganito? So, hindi. So, iba yung life mo sa kanila, iba yung gusto mo sa kanila. So, focus on your life, Roxanne. Yun lang. Sana tama mo na sagot ko, di ba?
First, sa ingredient mo ay faith, John 13:7, which is, ano ulit?
And Jesus replied, now you don't know, you don't realize what's happening right now, but later on you will.
Yan.
In short, parang, kaya pala. Later on, you will understand everything. May purpose lahat.
Ang ganda no. Ang ganda. Favorite, I gusto ko na yung verse na sinabi mo. Kasi in past interviews, usually ganun na sinasabi ko na there's proper timing for everything and there's purpose. So, hindi mo man alam yung purpose nung nangyari sa'yo ngayon, later on, marirealize mo. And it's in the Bible din pala eh. No?
Lahat naman nga. Tsaka yung na-connected. Sabi nga ng universe, lahat tayo connected sa isa't isa.
Right. Parang Jeremiah 29:11 for those who are familiar. For I know the plans that I have for you. Plans for you to prosper and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and future. So, yun. And Ancora Imparo, I'm still learning. And being true to yourself and not comparing yourself to others. Tama naman. That's a good 3 ingredients. All right. Again, thank you, Ma'am Rox, for sharing your time with us, your experience with us, and some advice to our colleagues who want to pursue their PhDs in the future. Hindi mo mag-burp. So,
tsaka, before we end this, no, first muna, because I have second na mention. Yung first siguro, yun nga, lahat ko anong gusto nilang gawin, ang daldal ko, diba? Kasi parang act on it and make it happen. Hindi lang basta siya idea, hindi lang siya vision, hindi lang ba siya dream. Kung meron ka naisip, okay yun, maganda yan, pero naman lagi nag-start, act on it, make it happen. And then second, before we end this, very thankful ako sa opportunity, no, sir, kasi alam ko yung platform, alam ko yung objective. Sabi ko nga, kailangan yung, lalo na ngayon, ang hirap ng communication yung face-to-face because of the health conditions that we have currently. So, ang ganda ng platform, ang dami niyang pwedeng, ma-convey na message. Tapos, siguro, ma-realize din ng mga PTs na ang daming options, ang daming opportunities, walang restriction yung PT, and then wala rin magsasabi, wala rin mag-judge sa'yo kung ano yung gusto mo. So, sana din, hindi lang din ito yung platform, may iba din, tapos may mga ibang students din na lumapit sa'yo or colleagues or kahit sino man, PTs, researcher, clinicians na mag-collaborate sa'yo kasi maganda yung objective ng platform. And sana mas ma-continue pa, mas madaming content. Wow!
Wow! Oh, content creator!
Content na ganito kasi maganda. Na-appreciate ko. I'm very thankful ako. Natuwa ako. Di ba? Ang daldal ko kasi. Very thankful talaga ako with the opportunity na to. Sobrang saya. Happy.
I'm glad naman that you enjoyed the experience. And thank you din sa mga sinabi mo. Yeah, because I made this podcast thinking na I wanted to share to our colleagues all of the vast opportunities and options out there. Kasi I started in physical therapy na I thought na ang option ko lang ay clinics.
Diba?
Clinics or school. Di ba? Clinics or school. Then, di ba, with people around me doing their own thing, tapos hindi pa masyadong uso yung content, so to speak, na mapapanood mo.
Influencer, vlogger.
Yung mga ganon. So parang hindi ka pa aware kung anong life out there. So I was hoping that with this, I could, put the spotlight on different settings, different practices within the profession or outside the profession. Kasi I also think that our skill set as physical therapists can be applied in other industries. Kung pipilitin mo lang naman or kung gugustuhin mo talagang i-apply, ma-apply mo.
grabe yung potential ng profession natin. Kasi super
Oo.
yung profession natin.
Very exciting. So, parang you can't parang you can't get stuck in physical therapy kasi you have all these avenues,
Yep.
all these branches that you can, go into. You can go very niche, you can go very general. It's up to you eh. Parang the world is your oyster. Ang daming pwedeng gawin.
Tsaka sana, kung may manood man ito, sana meron kahit 3 lang, diba? Movie lang pala, Roxanne. So para sana or kahit mabasa or sa Facebook, sana sila din mag-initiate. Baka may other content din sila or subject.
Right.
Topic na gusto nilang i-cover mo, na nahihiya lang or hindi nila alam paano to. Para sana may at least diba mag-collaborate and then let's do this content. And then sana mas lumawak pa yung network kasi maganda yung platform. Ganda yung platform. Yeah, sobra.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm also relying on the viewers, the listeners sa mga topics that they want to talk about or people that they want me to guest kasi syempre limited lang yung circle ko, di ba? So I also rely on suggestions on kung sino yung gusto nila or would they think would fit in as a good guest. Yun. So open naman ako to have anyone who's willing to share the goal of the podcast, to share their expertise, their knowledge, even their unique practices with me and to the whole people who are listening.
Or part sila na government or
Right. Yeah.
Basta lang, para lang may awareness, para may awareness, maging aware lang yung iba na, ay, meron palang ganito, baka pwede akong mag-participate. Uy, may community palang ganitong project, may research project pala, baka pwede mag-communicate. Kasi dito mag-start yung yung initiative na mag-networking. And then yung mabubuo yung relationship and then yung band, may camaraderie, may mabubuong project. So
Gandang story nun, nag-collaborate tayo sa PT Meal podcast. Ganda tayo na PT Meal headed research, ganyan.
Walang halong biro, hindi dahil sa guest ako or whatsoever. Pero na-realize ko, kaya naman ako nag-say ng yes, di ba? Nahiya talaga ako mahilig sa ganito. Kaya ako nag-say ng yes, nag-yes sa'yo kasi I do appreciate yung objective ng platform and your objective also. It's a good intention. Always naman.
All right. And I think sinagot mo na kasi yung last statement ko kanina eh. I was gonna ask for your takeaway message or yung pabaon natin sa kanila. But I guess you answered it sa kanina. Same na rin ba? Act on it?
Hindi ulitin ko para sabi ko, act on it, make it happen.
Yeah, maganda yan.
Para no regrets in life, diba? Para no regrets in life. Parang act on it, make it happen. Parang sa love lang yan. Pag mahal mo, sige, push mo. Pero pag ayaw talaga sa'yo, wag na.
Naisingit. Pero tama naman. Dapat you make your effort para at the end of the day, you won't regret not trying. Tama. Oo.
Na-mention mo, paano ma-inlove ang mga PT? Paano mo sila i-categorize? Ano yung effort, diba? Medyo kasi sila, ano ba tawag mo to? Cerebral, diba? So, medyo how they follow their heart and then being as a cerebral person. Next
Next topic. Matters of the heart.
And so, Valentine's Day and Adivino and Ian.
Riot. Again, Ma'am Rox, thank you very much for this very informative and thoughtful conversation about your journey in reaching your PhD degree. Okay. See ya. Thank you.